This mobilizer is designed to loosen up and increase mobility in your hip by lengthening out the soft tissue or the musculature that's on the outside of your thighs. So let's say from outside of the knee to the top of the hip on the outside. So this is roughly where your IT band or iliotibial band is attached to your top part of the glutes as well as the inside of your knee. So what we are going to do is explore two different positions. First, based on your capacity and your level of tolerance. So position number one is going to be a bent knee version. Position number two is going to be a straight knee version. Now this particular movement will have very little range for you to push through. So you may have to repeat the same ranges or the same sequence once or twice on the same side before you move on to the other side. This also requires some level of strength in your upper body to hold yourself up so that you are not completely relaxed or sitting down on your hip as you begin. So let's go ahead, place the hands on the ground directly under your shoulders. Assume a plank position with your feet together. Then you are going to bring your right leg directly in the middle in front of you. Keeping that 90-degree angle on that knee, you are simply going to angle it perpendicular or 90 degrees to your opposite direction, and that is your starting position. So roughly this thigh is going to be parallel or in line closer to your hand position. So it's running perpendicular to your hips. That is position one. Position number two is going to be, that leg is going to be extended. So we place the hands, assume a plank position, begin with the knees bent. As you turn, you extend. Extend meaning fully extended, where the foot is going to be placed sideways. So I'm going to take you through both versions. So we first place the hands, assume a plank position. We slide the foot in the middle, turn it perpendicular. Soon as you place the knee, that is your starting point. Then you are first going to actively press the ground with the outside of your thigh. So you will feel it right at the top of the hip. So I'm going to actively press and contract for 3, 2, 1. Relax, 3, 2, 1. I'm simply going to allow my hips to drop. Not too much. Hold, contract, press again for 3, 2, 1. Relax, drop. 3, 2, 1. Contract, press. 3, 2, 1. Relax, drop. 3, 2, 1. Remember to keep both arms straight. This is where you will need that strength that I was talking about. Press into the ground as hard as you can. 3, 2, 1. Relax. 3, 2, 1. Once you are able to sit completely on the ground, go ahead and check what the back leg is doing. This foot is going to be pointing downwards in what we call a neutral foot position. If this foot or the hip is collapsing in, that means you've given yourself some leeway or some help or some assistance. What we want is to avoid that and solely focus on improving the joint range of the targeted area. If you are finding it difficult to maintain the neutral foot position where the foot's pointing down, that means you've hit your maximum. Do not go beyond that until you have earned the right to go to the next level. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side with the legs straight.